A very warm welcome back to the Asia Road Racing Championships. We're at the Chang International Circuit, as you can read, in Buriram, in the northeastern part of Thailand. It is a fabulous circuit. We've had 3 excellent races on our return to the Asia Road Racing Championship. We sadly missed the whole of 2021. We only had 1 race in 2020, our last full season 2019. So we're thrilled to be back with some high quality racing. And that's exactly what we've had in the first 3 races so far today. We've had Underbone 150, we've had AP 250, we've had a Supersport 600. Now we're on to the big boys, the 1000cc bikes. And earlier on today, there was qualification for the 1000s. Let's have a look at the best of the action from that. This is the action from the 1000cc Superbikes qualification. And we've got a really high quality cast of racers. The likes of Titipong, Guadacon, Ting Note as they call him, is a bit of a hero. He made a surprise decision to join the Ducati Access Plus Racing Okada team alongside TJ Alberto from the Philippines. But Ting Note is right back in. He used to be with the Kawasaki team. And there is Ting Note Titipong. It's a truly high quality field that we've got here. Titipong will be on the 2nd row of the grid. He finished in P2. We've got 12 starters. Yuki Ito is part of that. TJ Alberto finished in P11. That is Ting Note's teammate. Aslan Shah Kamruzaman, a former 600 champion, in P10. Adam Noradin, brother of the Ibrahim Noradin, who's just come 3rd in the Supersport 600cc. Zakwan Zaidi, though, is the fastest. So Zakwan is a former 600cc champion, and Zakwan is riding the Honda CBR 1000 Triple R, and he's been on this for the best part of a year and loving and learning every time he's going out onto the circuit. So Zakwan Zaidi is really the man to beat, but there's real quality in this field. Titipong, Anupab, Apiwat, Haruki Noguchi, Pasawit, Kazma Daniel, Yuki Ito, Jerry Salem, a former 250cc champion, Adam Noradin and TJ Alberto. There are some solid racers out in this 1000cc category. Calm before the storm, we believe. Nice fluffy clouds suggest that there's not going to be any rain. We were wondering if there was going to be rain because there was a thunderstorm around about this time yesterday, but the circuit is looking lovely and clear and warm. And this is the 12 corners that they have to deal with. You've got long straights from the start line onto the back straight, round corner number 3, and then back down into the technical part of the course. So we're on board here with Zakwan Zaidi. So Zakwan is one of the, he's going to be on pole position, actually, Zakwan, alongside Titipong and Haruki Noguchi, who we didn't really spend a lot of time talking about. Haruki Noguchi is a really good story. As we just have a look, where are we? We're coming around to corner 7. Onto the, sorry, that's corner 10. And then there'll be a little chink into 11, and then onto the back straight. And this is when you've just got to be brave. Corner number 11, and then you wait and you wait and you wait. You leave your braking just as late as you possibly can as you come into corner number 12. And then this is where there's been so much activity throughout the whole lifetime of this Buriram circuit. But you leave the braking lane, you hit the apex as tight as you possibly can, and then you get the back end spinning and sprint through to the finish line. So that is on board with Zakwan Zaidi, who will be on pole position for the 1000cc Superbikes. And Zakwan will be one of the people we're talking to in just a moment, where Barry Russell again has departed from the commentary box, and we'll be just finding a little bit of information. But I'm really, really looking forward to this. You've got champion of Philippines, TJ Alberto, former champion of Malaysia, Aslan Shah, Adam Noruddin, who's a very, very capable racer, as is Kazma Daniel, a young racer, Anuparban Apiwat, who for Yamaha, they're almost joined at the hip, Jerry Salim, a former 250 champion at ARRC, a Japanese winner, Haruki Noguchi, just 21 years of age, and the experience of Titipong Guadacon to help TJ Alberto improve, as well as Zakwan Zaidi. So let's go down to Barry in the pit area, and let's see who we can be talking to.
Thank you, Des. And we're down on the grid with Zakwan Zaidi, the pole man. Zakwan, you've been fast all week, but most importantly, how does it feel to be back in Asia Road Racing Championship after a long, long break?
Yeah, I'm really happy we come back again in Asia after 2 years. And I'm quite happy also because I have get the rhythm after long rest. But for sure, this race we try to aim win, and we try our best for give the best for the team. And thanks for support us.
Absolutely, and your great championship rival, Aslan Shah, is still here. He's still in the championship. What are you expecting from him?
Yeah, I expecting maybe for the next race maybe he coming better and better because maybe he a bit struggle. I see from the testing and then the qualifying, but I believe he also the fast rider.
Yeah, and who do you think, who else might challenge you today?
Beside me, Titipong, and also I think the Yamaha tire also very strong. So hopefully we try to make some strategy and also try to win.
Zakwan, thank you and good luck. As you heard with Zakwan Zaidi, he's looking pretty relaxed on the grid. Let's run across to P3 and talk to one of the sensations this week, I have to say, of the championship. Haruki Noguchi, if we can find him. Where is he? There's a bit of a scrum here. You can see, here's the bike, the SDG on the CBR1000 RR. And we're looking for the man himself. Ah, he's sitting over by the wall in the shade, very sensibly. Let's go and see him. There he is, looks ready, looks relaxed, he's having a good time. Haruki Noguchi, can we have a word? Haruki, it's been great to see you in this championship. We've been watching you this week get faster and faster. You look like you've been enjoying yourself. What's it like to be in the ARRC? What's your target for this season?
For this season, now I don't know the target for this championship because of everything is fast for team and also like for me, I don't know, some track I don't know. So we will see the step by step and coming better for the result.
And you've been to Chang International before on a Moto 3 machine. How different is this?
In the Asia Talent Cup, the bike is not so fast, but some corner, I think faster than this 1000. But 1000 have more power, so the feeling is big different, like brake, engine, something. But now coming better, so I will try to follow the top group.
That's fantastic. Haruki, welcome to ARRC and good luck. So there you have the 21-year-old reigning Supersport, All Japan Supersport champion. Just looking for Titipong Warrakon. Not sure where he is. Let's just take a look around the grid. And we need to clear the grid, so we're just going to move down here. And so we're going to go back to Des in the studio.
Thank you very much, Barry. They're not making it easy for you. Riders disappearing left, right, and centre. Hiding behind umbrellas, hiding under pit walls. Ting Note will get out there eventually, but I tell you what, nobody was more surprised than Barry Russell and the camera when the riders were not there. So good job in finding it. But Zakwan Zaidi gave us some real insight into his thoughts and what a high-quality field it is. And this field includes the likes of Kazma Daniel. Kazma down in P7. He is within 0.7 of a second of Zakwan Zaidi in terms of qualification, and he's down in P7. Very, very good racer. Oh, who's that? Who's the Ducati? It's the Ducati of Ting Note. Oh, Titipong Guadacon's Ducati comes very, very late onto the starting line. Oh, he's not being allowed in. Oh, he's not being allowed in. Oh, gosh. No, the race directors are saying no, and you can look at the anguish on the pit crew's faces there. So pit exit's already closed, and so Ting Note is going to have to start from the pits if he's allowed to start at all. That is a big, big blow. P2 for him. Shake of the head, but rules are rules, and they're there for a reason. So, gosh, the Ducati team on his debut. He's pleading, but I don't think the pleading will get him very far. Having put in a lap time of 1:35.398 as well, to be starting so far behind is just devastating for him. Meantime, the likes of Pasowit, Titivarak for the Estamo SI Racing with Thai Honda team. He's another on the Honda CBR. Oh, the crowd have come to see Ting Note amongst many. Pike 25, Aslan Shah, Kamru Zaman, one XOX TKR Racing team on the BMW. Former champion, but down in P10. They've had problems. And then next to Aslan Shah, we hope, will be TG Alberto. I'm just reliant upon what I'm seeing in the camera crews, but the Ducatis of the Access Plus Racing team. Ting Note was late getting onto the start line and must start from the pit lane. Here is Titipong. Will be starting from the pit lane. Cameras have done well to catch up with him. He's an experienced enough campaigner to be able to deal with this setback, but a setback it absolutely is. He was getting up to speeds of close to 300 kilometers an hour on the long straight. 296.1 was his maximum speed. Jerry Salem was fastest of all. He got up to 299 kilometers an hour on the long back straight as the Ducati work tried to get that bike operating. Tires staying warm. Ting Note needs to cool down. This is not what the Access Plus Racing team needed. You can almost sense the frustration, but there's nothing he can do. All he can do is wait. In the meantime, Adam Norridin. Let's have a look at Adam. He's down in P9 on the BMW. One XOX BMW TKKR team. He's the teammate of Aslan Shah, and he lapped faster than Aslan. 1:36.283. This is the story. And it doesn't look good, does it? It does not look good. Trying to power up the Ducati. If he can get it going, he will be allowed to start. but it'll be from the pit lane. And then the finger pointing will start. This is the first of 2 races, now and tomorrow. We're just waiting for official information just to ensure that he can start. We're thinking that he can, providing the bike can get going. But as he gets instructions, he's just having to work really hard to keep himself in the right mental frame of mind. On the grid. Right, here we go. There will be 3 bikes starting from the pit lane. The 2 Ducatis of TJ Alberto, as well as the Ducati of Titipong. And the 3rd bike starting from the pit lane will be Yuki Ito's Yamaha. He'd been having problems anyway and was lapping a full 2 seconds slower than Zakwan Zaidi. So problems for Access Plus Racing Team and their Ducatis, but assuming they can get their bikes fired up, they will be allowed to start. Barry Russell back alongside me in the commentary box as Ting Note or Titipong gets back out and determined stride, gets back onto his Ducati. And Barry, you were shocked when there was no Titipong in P2, and you were even more shocked when there was no Noguchi in P3, but you went on walkabout. But 3 races have got to start from the pit lane. And so for the Ducatis and the Philippine teams of Access Plus Racing, it's a disaster.
Yeah, I just stopped at the pit on the way back from the grid to see what happened, but there was confusion in the Access Plus pit. They're just doing as they're told now. But that's very disappointing, because I think that Titipong versus Zakwan could have been a real good...
Saw him on the extreme right there of the shot, of that wide shot from the end of the long straight. This will be a little bit disconcerting as well to the likes of Zakwan and Noguchi, because they were expecting a quickish start, but there's been so much talk and chat, and Titipong tried to get into P2, wasn't allowed to get in. So the others have just got to focus on their races as we look at Jerry Salim alongside the Thai twins, Anupab and Apiwat. They're inseparable, the Yamaha Blue. Anupab 500, Apiwat 24.
Yeah, I suspect that Titipong's absence from the front row gives those 2 guys a little bit of a golden gate into this race. Let's see what happens.
They always seem to be racing together.
Yeah, very little to choose between these. As you probably will have seen, Des, in the BRIC Championship, there was nothing much to choose between them, just a handful of points after the season.
So coming out of the pit lane, the 2 Ducatis, they'll start from the back of the grid. So they've started the formation lap, and they will be allowed to race. So that's good news. That's such a relief. But Yuki Ito, we didn't really talk about Yuki. So this is how the grid should have looked. Zakwan, who lapped 1:35.358, 400ths quicker than Titipong. Titipong will have to start from the back. Haruki Noguchi, I know you're really keen to see this rider who's come in from the All Japan Series. He's in P3. Jerry Salim, Anupab and Apiwat, 4, 5 and 6.
And number 7, Kazmadaniel, Kazmayuddin, Pasawit, looking confident on the grid, Adam Noruddin.
And then beyond them, you've got Aslan Shah, TJ Alberto, who'll be starting from the back, and Yuki Ito. Remember, Ito will always live in my memory for how he was so cruelly denied the 2014 championship on the last lap by Boonchi Honda, the 600cc's. He's never been as close to a title since then. And he always seems to be the guy who's having a little bit of bad luck. He's an experienced guy now. He's in his 30s, his late 20s, early 30s, Yuki Ito. And you want another good season out of Yuki.
Yeah, you certainly do. He's certainly in there. I'm not sure that he's in quite the right headspace to compete at this level right now. But of course, we're all
willing him on, and hope that we will do. But I think what you'll see here is a kind of a two-part race, as Zakwan tries to get away from the Thai Yamahas, and as Titipong carves his way through everybody else.
Yeah, you can't write him off. It's probably too much to expect him to catch Zakwan from where he's going to be starting, but you cannot write him off.
Yeah, no. Last time you asked me who I fancied, it was Chip Nakarin, and he slid off, so I'm not going to say anything. But Titipong is a really strong, tough competitor, and you'll see the best of him from this setback. That's how he will respond to it.
Here's our pole sitter, Zakwan Zaidi. We've got the onboard camera with Zakwan. And he will have blank space next to him. That's the second race that's happened so far today where there have been problems getting the riders already. So Zakwan, space where Titipong should be, and Haruki Noguchi. Red lights are off. Zakwan is off to a flying start. Noguchi drops into P2, and behind them everybody is safely through. Jerry Salem's made a decent start. The Yamahas, Barry Russell, have got off to a decent start. Which one is it? Is it Apiwat who's got through, or Anu? No, it's 500, which is Anupab who's got through into P3.
Yeah, Anupab's got through, and watch him slide around. He slides into this turn 3.
Oh, big crash! Big crash at the back. Big crash. Is that TJ?
Oh, I think that's TJ.
TJ Alberto, bike number 77.
Oh, what a horrible day. What a horrible day for him.
So he joined in late on, TJ Alberto. He's just caught the back end of a bike in front of him. TJ Alberto, the Philippines champion, is out of that race. And up at the front, though, Haruki Noguchi has taken the lead ahead of Zakwan Zaidi. And Zakwan, I think you were suggesting, might want to go clear. As when we're looking for the replay, there it is, TJ Alberto.
I think he just tangled there with, I think that was Yuki Ito he tangled with. Unfortunately, wow. That's the second time we've seen him in the gravel this time, and he is gutted. Sorry to see that Ducati in the gravel again. As the marshals do their work.
And that front wheel looked absolutely locked up. TJ Alberto's day is a very, very short day. Back at the front, though, let's have a look at 73. Haruki Noguchi. Look at that. Anupab has made a move on the inside. Sorry, Apiwat, 24. He's made a move. You called the Yamahas quite correctly. End of lap 1. Haruki from Apiwat, from Zakwan, from Anupab, from Salem, from Pasowit, from Aslan, Titipong up to P8.
Yeah, what I didn't expect was to see Zakwan in P3 at the beginning of lap 2. But it's going to make for a very interesting race. That was a bit of a golden gate for the Yamahas, that gap at the front. But here's the surprise package so far. And of this week, Haruki Noguchi, the 21-year-old All Japan Supersport champion.
Titipong's in this group. Titipong, despite all the drama, despite the fact that he had to start from the very back of the grid, despite the fact he was late arriving, he's not far away. He's a few seconds away, and Zakwan has gone wide there. Zakwan hasn't made the best of starts. Zakwan's down to P4, Jerry Salem in 5, and very soon Zakwan Zaidi will find Titipong Wanakorn on his tail. We're riding with Zakwan here. Not the stellar start we expected, Barry.
No, it's not, and it's not the biggest grid we've ever seen in this class, but my goodness, there are some plots and subplots to look at over the next 12 laps or so. And one of them is Titipong, who has just been pushed down, surprisingly,
by Aslan Shah.
By defending champion Aslan Shah. He's not finished. Oh no.
Isn't it superb? Apiwat Wangtanan has a look down the inside on the big beast, the superbike, the 1000cc. So Anupab for Yamaha P4. Both Apiwat and Anupab have gone ahead of him. Haruki Noguchi, though, who's moved from the All Japan Championships to join us on ARRC, the 21-year-old, was looking cool and calm and floppy-haired as he had his interview with you earlier on before, and he is driving away with Apiwat and Anupab being the only two sticking with him at this stage.
Absolutely, and Apiwat in particular will regard this as impudence by the young Japanese rider. How dare he go in front of him at his home track?
That's what he's done as Zakwan clings on in P4. Jerry Salem, Passawit and Titipong up into P7. Titipong is in this race. He is in this race. As you say, adversity brings the best out of the champions. As Titipong, bike number 100. As we look from the P4 position. This is the shot. It just shows you how hard the riders actually have to work and the physical condition they need to be, because these are big beasts to move.
Yeah, in that shot, that was after turn 5, which is a long tightening up left-hander, and then you have to muscle the bike over to the right side to get it into turn 6. It really is a physical effort.
Haruchi, the 21-year-old, still leads the way. It's 11 laps to go as he slams on the brakes. And there is Titipong, Ting Note as they call him, on the Ducati. There's one Ducati in there, and it's a powerful, powerful engine. Nagale B4 in P7 at the moment. He's trying to get up ahead of Jerry Salem, and he's got ahead of Adam Norridin. Passawit's ahead of him as well.
Yeah, good showing this from Passawit too.
25, Aslan Shah is out.
Oh, we didn't. This is something we really didn't want to see.
So the BMW of Aslan Shah, it's a rather less spectacular exit than TJ Alberto's, but he's out of the race, Aslan Shah. And then there were 10.
Disappointing for him. Thai Yamahas are keeping Zakwan Zaidi at bay on the Asia Dream Honda. And Haruki Noguchi has held on to this lead virtually from the start. It's impressive.
As we go into the pits with the BMW, he's not a happy chap, is he? Not a happy fella, Aslan Shah Kamrazaman. He's still competitive, he still wants the best. Takes a disgruntled sit down. I'm really interested to see though where Ting Note is, where bike number 100 is. Number 100 in 7th place at the moment. He's ahead of Adam Norridin and Kazma Daniel. Yuki Ito there. What are they lapping? A 1:37.0 best lap. 2/10 quicker than anybody else from Noguchi.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Titipong hasn't got closer to the front than he already has, in fact. And of course, we don't know.
He's made a move there. He's made a move inside Jerry Salem. He's into the top 6 now.
Yeah, top 6. Let's see if he can get it hooked up for the rest of the race. There's no problem with his fitness. He's one of the fittest riders on this grid, without a doubt.
He's on the tail of Passawit as well. Passawit on the Honda. For the Estemo SI Racing with Thai Honda team. But there's a bit of a gap developing between 1, 2, 3, 4 and the Passawit group. So Titipong's got a chunk of work to do, Barry Russell.
Yes, he has. He's got he's got a bike in front of him, and then he has a gap to make up if he can make it. Like I said, we don't know what the problem was with that Ducati, or those Ducatis, that caused them to miss the window for exiting pit lane for the sighting lap.
What's he lapping at? He's just lapped at 1:36.9, so he's not far off the pace. He's only 3/10 off anybody else. Everybody is lapping in the 1:36s, apart from Yuki Ito, who's been dropped way off the back. Yuki.
Yeah, Yuki was involved in that crash with TJ Alberto, unfortunately.
The front 4 pulling away. Noguchi, who I know you've been looking for. You were talking about big time for the Hawk Pro team on this CBR 1000.
Yeah, it's just really interesting to see an unknown rider to this series come in, and nobody's told him that it's difficult to race with these guys.
He looked really chilled, sitting against the pit wall.
Absolutely. Do you know what? He reminded me of Noriyuki Haga sitting there. He always used to go off to the side and usually sit on a toolbox or something.
Titipong P5. Titipong P5 now then. And he's just lapped a 1:37.0, which isn't the quickest. He's losing a little bit of time. He's just leading that secondary group. So this group of 4 with Noguchi still leading the way. Cool dude, Noguchi. And then the 2 Yamahas. They've got rope between those 2 Yamahas, I'm sure. And they're joined at the hip. Anupab and Apiwa, every category. 250s, 600s, and now on the superbikes, though Zakwan overtakes Anupab to move into P3 to separate the brothers Grimm.
Yeah, Zakwan, I noticed a lap or so ago, was the fastest man on track. His last lap was 36.7. Yep. So he's making a move, and of course with his experience, as we get towards the halfway point, as the tyres start to go off, that's when experience will tell. Could tell from Titipong as well, and the two Thai riders, Haruki Noguchi. Let's see how he does on wearing Dunlops.
Passowit in P6 for Astemo SI Racing with Thai Honda. He's behind the Access Plus racing bike of Titipong Wadakorn, but this is the man still leading the way, Haruki Noguchi, Mark Pro, famous name in the world of two-wheel motorsports. And look at that, that's the Access Plus racing team. Go, go, Titipong. Love it.
Yeah, I'm sure that made a huge difference. But
Blowing, whoo.
But you can't keep it in.
Certainly can't. What are we? We're on 7 laps to go. So we're approaching the halfway stage. Zakwan always likes to take that hairpin quite nice and tight and then use the full width of the track. There is the pit crew of the race leader, Haruki Noguchi.
Yeah, he looked surprisingly relaxed. But it will be the second half of the race that perhaps will tell, because all the 3 riders behind him have got a great deal more experience. And let's remember, this is a Superbike debut for the Japanese rider.
He's looking pretty comfortable at the moment. He was 3rd fastest, he 1:35.711. He was 3/10 down on the fastest lap of Zakwan Zaidi in qualification. Let's see what he can do here. He's leading a train. He's not been able to pull away. Zakwan and the 2 Yamahas are still imprinted in there. Curious to find out how far behind Titipong is. Titipong's just posted a 1:36.8, so he's posted the fastest lap. So it's only a second plus as Zakwan goes on the inside of Apiwat, and Zakwan Zaidi moves up into P2. Maybe conscious, but Titipong might be making a move around about this stage.
Yeah, he was the name that sprang to Zakwan's mind when I asked him who he thought his main rival would be. He knows how strong Titipong was. Last time out when he was, of course, riding the Kawasaki. But it doesn't matter what bike you put under him.
Well, they say he helped TJ Alberto improve his lap time by best part of a second just by making a few alterations. TJ crashing out very, very early on here. We hope he's okay. He got up and was walking away, so TJ should be all right. But this is up the front. Noguchi leads from Zakwan Zaidi. And then you've got the Apiwat Anupar. I've got to call them the Yamaha twins because they are so close. But Titipong, Barry Russell, Titipong is closing. And there's still a long way to go. There's Titipong at the back of that group of 4.
That's the other thing about really experienced champions like Titipong, is that they don't rush. They don't rush themselves in these races. He knows he needs to make his tyres last as well as catch up with these guys. And he's doing it very nicely.
Passowit and Adam Noradin having a little battle for P6. But there is Titipong Wadakorn for Access Plus Racing on the Ducati. Great to see the Ducatis coming in. Interesting for Access Plus to not go with one of the Europeans, one of the Italians, but to use somebody who knows the Asian scene like the back of his hand, and of course has got world experience.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's see what the gap looks like this time around.
Well, he took a really strange line on the Ducati. The gap behind this time, it's 1.1 seconds, so it didn't come down too much on that particular lap. But everybody's lapping, in fact it went up, didn't it? Everyone's lapping around about the 1:37.1, 1:37.2.
Yeah, that's right, early 1:37s, and still unflappable at the front, you might say, is Haruki Noguchi.
Yeah, on the long straights, a second looks so long, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, absolutely. So let's see what they do on this long blast up to top speed. Talking about 295 kilometers an hour over a crest, and then pushing the bike down over to the left to get through this fast turn. You can see the length of the runoff there, which indicates just how fast the bikes are approaching that turn 4, now into the technical section. The long left-hander we were talking about at turn 5. Knock the bike over to the right. And then another 2 right-handers to follow this one.
Titipong falling off the pace in P5. The 2 Yamahas of Anupar and Apiwat in 3 and 4. Zakwan still in pursuit of Haruki Noguchi. So Haruki Noguchi was happy to take on the leading role, but now he's coming under pressure. And this corner number 12 is when Zakwan leaves his braking as late as he can. Can he hold on? Ooh, he lost a little bit, but he's going to accelerate away. That's twice we've seen that happen.
Yeah.
You can't brake too late in these big beasts.
No, the tyre that does allow them to brake harder and deeper with more stability. And you saw the back wheel of Zakwan's Honda right up in the air with as he pushed that front down into the tarmac. But here he comes again, Japanese.
So which one of the Yamahas has been dropped? So Apiwat has been overtaken by Titipong. So Apiwat has had a moment. Titipong is up into P4 on the Ducati. A little bit of a wobble from Zakwan as he tries to accelerate through. Let's have a look at the Apiwat moment. But bike number 500. Well, this is the Zakwan. Oh gosh, that back wheel, Barry. You've got to be brave. You've got to have strong wrists
and confidence.
Nerves of steel. Love it. So Tingno then got up into P4 and then has lost it once again to Apiwat, who's won it back again, which suggests that Tingno isn't operating at maximum capacity.
Yeah, just looking at those top 5 riders. Yeah, Apiwat, that's a slow lap for him because of the incident, but Titipong the slowest of the front 4.
So we've now got it down to a top 3. Noguchi still leads the way. He's been leading since the start, but Zakwan, for the second time, is looking to make a determined move, but the acceleration is there for Noguchi. They're on identical CBR 1000 triple Rs, so there's not much to choose between them. It's all on setup, and it's all then on rider bravery. As Noguchi again is seeing Zakwan have a look around the inside, and this time Zakwan does it and holds on, Barry Russell.
Yeah, I thought Haruki was going to switch to the right and inside, but he was blocked off by the wily Zakwan. He knows how to win a race, so let's see what the response is from the Japanese.
So that's his move. Has he gone too early? The Japanese response is very quick. The Japanese response is, oh, to leave the braking too late. The switchback this time from Zakwan. We're going to see a duel at 40 paces.
Maybe not 40 paces, Des.
40 centimetres. 4 centimetres.
That looks about right, I think.
Anupar still holding on in P3, while the front 2 duel, Anupar is just sitting and waiting.
Yeah, he's actually in a pretty good position now.
2 Hondas and a Yamaha. Apiwat holding on to P4. So, Titipong, what a corner, has dropped right the way down. Titipong down into P8 as Zakwan leads. There will be 2 laps to go here. We were so concerned about Titipong Wadakorn, but he's not going to really have an impact on this race on the Ducati. Zakwan is leading though. Zakwan, a 1:36.9 the last lap.
It's going to be difficult to take this away from Zakwan. He's been expecting the win, clearly, from what he said and what he's done on track all the way through.
They are right at the edge there, as Haruki Noguchi thought of trying to just dart down the inside, but this corner 12, you've got to be brave.
Yeah, keep it stable as well. So the brand new front Dunlop is getting a really good workout this weekend and in this race.
Everyone's on medium compact. Apiwat, interestingly, he's on a soft back wheel. Everybody else gone for the mediums.
Apiwat somewhere.
Oh, Noguchi goes through. Noguchi goes through. And then they're side by side, and Zakwan takes it back again. And then the switch back from Noguchi. And all the while, Anupam Sarmoon is just waiting in the wings.
So this is the last dry run for turn 12 coming up, Des. Let's see what happens.
Let's get ready to rumble as Zakwan goes on the inside. He leaves his braking late. Haruki Noguchi takes a tighter line. If it's that close when they go over the line next time, we could be talking thousands of seconds.
Absolutely. And as you said, Anupam, you can almost hear the theme music from Jaws with that very tough, combative Yamaha Thailand rider.
This is terrific. Titipong has got problems, I can tell you. He's down in P9 and way off the pace. But our focus is very much on this battle. 21, Zakwan Zaidi is on pole position and is leading the race. Brilliant effort from the Haag Pro Haruki Noguchi, both on the Hondas. But for the first time, Zakwan has just a little bit of a leeway. What's that, 20 meters, 10 meters? It's just a little gap, but the Haag Pro immediately closed it down. Noguchi on the outside, tries the switchback, comes on the inside. This is where he took him last time. I won't ask you to make a prediction because it's too close, Barry Russell.
Yeah, I'm not going to make a prediction here, but there he goes.
Noguchi has the lead and then just has a moment as he just runs wide, and that might be the moment that costs him the race. Because Zakwan Zaidi has got just that little bit of leverage that he needs. Just that little bit of space that he wants.
That's incredible.
But Noguchi's fought it back. Noguchi's right on the back wheel of Zakwan Zaidi. It's coming down to the final corner. Zakwan, 21, leads coming into the final corner. Noguchi tries to come on the inside and holds on for P2. But Zakwan takes the lead. Anupam gets 2 ahead of Noguchi, who performed miracles to hold on to that bike on corner number 12. Apiwat, Pasiwat, Kazma, Adam Noradin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Jerry Salim, 8. Brilliant effort from Haruki Noguchi. Did wonderfully well to hold on. But Zakwan Zaidi, Barry Russell, who is looking in shocked disbelief, has taken the win.
Yeah, I was breathless at that last corner, and yeah, Anupam came through. We said he was in a good position, and indeed he was. I don't think anybody was actually going to take that win, looking at the last few laps, away from Zakwan, given his experience and tenacity. But if you told Haruki Noguchi, would you be happy with a podium in your first race on a superbike in the Asia Road Racing Championship? He'd probably have taken it.
But going into the final corner, how he stayed on, how he held on to that beast of a bike, because his back end came away. He was nearly thrown up in the air, but he managed to hold on. But he lost P2 by 100th of a second.
Absolutely. Now I better run off back down to Parc Fermé.
Do hope you can have a chance to talk to Haruki Noguchi. Great work from Barry Russell in the commentary box. We'll be hearing from him in just a moment. But I'm a little bit breathless as well. We've had 4 fabulous races, all decided on the final corner of the final lap. On this particular occasion, the CBR 1000 for Zakwan Zaidi just holds on to take it. In the end, it's 0.5 of a second clear of Anupam Sarmoon. Haruki is just 100th down in P3. Apiwat and Pasiwat, the two ties, 4 and 5. Kazma Daniel and Adam Noradin, the battle for Malaysia for P6. Jerry Salim on the Honda CBR 1000 in P8. Titipong fell off the pace towards the end. We're not really sure what happened to Titipong, but Ducati had such a nightmare day that they'll be glad just to get some points. Yuki Ito finishing a minute down, and non-finishers were Aslan Shah, who went into the pits, and TJ Alberto, who crashed out very early on. Whoa, wow. What an occasion. As we come on board with Zakwan Zaidi, as he comes into the Parc Fermé, and the congratulations from his team and his pit crew, the Honda Asia Dream Racing with Showa team. They picked up P1, and Jerry Salem has picked up P8 as well. but my word, he came under a real challenge from Haruki Noguchi. And if that's just a taste of what we've got coming up for the rest of the season, let's have plenty more races. We're at Sepang next, then we hope to go to Lombok. But Anupab Samu has got himself into P2. But what a performance from Zakwan, what a performance for the... Yeah, no wonder, backslapping galore. He was on pole position, didn't get off to the greatest of starts, but was always part of that leading four. He was happy to let Noguchi take the lead, take the responsibility. He was aware that both Apiwat and Anupab were close by. Apiwat had an issue, temporarily lost P4 to Titipong Guadacorn, but then Titipong's Ducati had real problems, possibly tyres, possibly power, having had to start from the very back of the bike. Okay, right, I think we can go over to Barry Russell and he'll be hopefully talking to Zakwan Zaidi or some of the top three finishers in what was a terrific 1000cc Superbike race.
Haruki Noguchi, as I said before the race, welcome to ARRC. You led most of that race. It was a stunning performance. Tell us, how do you feel?
I feel this condition now in the race is start from almost 4 p.m. The track temperature very high, so I feel in the offshore test more temperature more low. So I think the lap time is not so fast, but I make some few group in the top. So I think not so bad today, but last lap I little bit mistake and I lose today. But finally I got podium. Is very happy for me. So thank you very much, my sponsor and my team.
Thank you, Haruki, and congratulations. That was fantastic. And we're here now with second place man Anupab Samun. Anupab, you stayed close to the front too. You stalked them for a lot of the race. Tell us about your race.
Yes, today my style, I want to put in front, but in the morning qualify, bike have some problem. We change just some part in the bike. Now it's no confidence a little bit, but I can follow to last lap. I see in the line, but 1 and 2 very fast in the straight. But today is okay on the 100cc because we stopped 2 years, come back again. I think tomorrow we have a new setting and a good setting for race 2. I think we can win.
That was a fantastic job, Anupab. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And there you can see Anupab more than happy with that. And I guess under that mask you're smiling, Zakwan. This has been pretty much a perfect week for you. Talk us through the race because you had to do some work.
Yeah. It's actually first beginning so difficult to keep pace. I think maybe the temperature is very hot. And I also a bit different feeling with the bike, but it's okay. I just keep and maintain the behind the front of rider. But step by step, I try to pass rider. And especially in the last final, maybe fight with hard pro rider, so very fast in the braking point. But I just maybe I have mileage here, and I throw the skill and fight with him, and finally I win. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Zakwan. It's a fantastic race. Enjoy the aftermath.
Yeah, after this, it make me.
Thank you, Zakwan. So you can see 3 riders extremely happy with the start. And we're going to go back to Des in the studio.
Good job, Barry. Highlights here from the 1000cc Superbikes. It is a 12 starters after real problems for Ducati, even more problems for TJ Alberto coming into the hairpin at the end of the long straight. His race was over. Both he and his teammate Tingnote, Titipong Wadakorn, as well as Yuki Ito, had to start the formation lap from the pit lane and then join the race from the very back of the grid. That meant that Tingnote was always chasing these top 4. 21 Zakwan Zaidi didn't make the best of starts, and what we had for a long time was leadership from Haruki Noguchi. Then, just coming into the second part of the race, Zakwan just experimented 1 or 2 places where he might be able to get the better of the young Japanese. That time it wasn't going to be, but you could see he was just trying to work out, how can I do this? How can I get past Noguchi? How can I work his tyres a little bit harder? Both are riding identical Honda CBR 1000 Triple Rs, and again, with 2 laps to go, this is where he made his real move, and he closed the door on Haruki Noguchi. Noguchi here was trying to get back and just see how hard he has to work to hold on to the bike. Wait until you see the very last corner though. This is a little bit of rehearsal. Noguchi goes on the inside, but the switchback comes from Zakwan Zaidi as he just chases on the tail end of Noguchi. It was going to be a battle royale. Anupam Sarman was waiting for one of them to make a mistake. 1 lap to go. Zakwan back into the lead. Noguchi trying his very best to get onto the back end and then onto the final corner. We knew it had come down to this. Zakwan slams on the brakes late. Noguchi just loses, somehow manages to stay on his bike, but loses P2 by 100 of a second to Anupam Sarmu. Api Watford, Pasawit 5th, Kazma and Adam Noradin 6 and 7. Jerry Salim making a good day in P8 for the Zakwan Zaidi's team. A really good performance for Honda Asia Dream Racing with Showa as they take the victory. And there is Zakwan Zaidi looking very cool dudish as he celebrates win number 1 of the season. And he will be a target. He's a world-class competitor, is Zakwan Zaidi. And this whole field is full of top-class competitors. And as we saw, there's a brand new name on the block as well, Haruki Noguchi. So we're just waiting for the final presentations. Confirmation of the top 3, no late changes. Haruki Noguchi picks up P3 for the SDG Motor team, or the Hawk Pro team. P2, Anupam Sarmu, who we knew was just waiting for one of them to make a mistake for the Yamaha Thailand racing team. But our race winner today, Zakwan Zaidi, Honda Asia Dream Racing with Showa, fastest lap as well of a 1:36.612. And heart-stopping though it was, in the end, it was, in inverted commas, comfortable half-second lead. Team award to Honda Asia Dream Racing with Showa as well. Great job from them. Jerry Salem coming in P8 as well for the team. But the Malaysian national anthem, the Negara Ku, and then the presentations. Beneath the mask, there's a beaming smile from Zakwan Zaidi. There's also a very happy, haha, I was waiting and I got something from Anubhav Samoon. As Tanasiri, the managing director of Chang International Circuit, hands over the plaudits and the prizes. Fist bumps are the way rather than handshakes in these COVID-addled times.
Yes, indeed. I wonder if the handshake will make a comeback one day. Who knows?
I got told off for fist bumping somebody the other day.
Oh, did you?
I did.
Well, Honda's Kunjutama offered me her hand when I was down there, which I was surprised because everybody else has been fist bumping.
Team award to Honda Asia Dream Racing with Showa. Really well done. And our thanks once again to Mr. Tanasiri from the Chang International Circuit. It's a great venue. It really does host a seamless and well-organized operation. And I know the management of Two Wheels Motor Racing are appreciative of the work that goes on here at Buriram. It is a genuine international circuit. And Stefan Karapier, the FIM Asia president, hands out the helmets, the KYT helmets. Bit of excess luggage for the boys to take home. And if they win prizes on day 2 as well, it's doubles the cost for the excess baggage, but that's okay.
Yeah, they can live with that, I think.
Then the photo opportunity. Terrific performance, though. Got to say, the victory for Zakwan Zaidi, by no means inevitable, but not surprising when it happened. But there is a new kid on the block. There is a new challenger. He goes by the name of Haruki Noguchi, and he's from Japan, the SDG Motorsports Hawk Pro team. And Anubhav Sarma and the Yamaha Thailand team will always be there. So Zakwan Zaidi, 25 points, leads the way from Anubhav and Haruki Noguchi. This is the first race of 12 of the season. Apiwat Pasawit, Kazma Daniel picking up double digits, Adam Noradin in P7. Jerry Salin making it a good day at the office for Honda Asia Dream with Asia. Titipong will pick up points, but the Ducati must perform better. They must get to the start grid on time for a start. Yuki Ito, another frustrating day at the office for him. And crashing out, of course, was TJ Alberto. So we're back. It was brilliant. The sun shone right the way through. The racing was fantastic, absolutely. Barry Russell, quick thoughts before we head off into the ether.
The main thought that I have is just the happiness that I can see on the faces of the riders and the teams to be back racing. That's the impression that I'm taking away from today. And
indeed, some fantastic racing. We had all 4 racers went down to the final corner of the final lap. We're back on your screens tomorrow with race 2 of round 1. We're on air at 1 o'clock Thai time, which is 2 o'clock Hong Kong time. We've got the Underbone 150s, the AP 250s, Super Sport 600s, and the Superbike 1000cc. It's been our pleasure to bring you this from the Chang International Circuit. If tomorrow's half as good, it'll be fabulous. So from Barry Russell, myself, Des Corkill, and the team behind the team, bye-bye from Buriram. We'll see you tomorrow.